Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Leo, we're going to look at how you've changed. So we're going to look at who you were then, who you are now, but we're also going to look at the lesson that you have not fully learned and the lesson that you have fully learned this week. So I'm changing the decks up a little bit as we work through the zodiac. So for you guys, I'm going to start with the Divine Animal Spirit Oracle or something like that. Animal Spirit Oracle. That's something like that. So actually, it's nice. You have Be Peace at the bottom after the pre-shuffle. Co-create with spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. The miracles are endless. Interesting underline after the pre-shuffle. We're going to use the Goddess Wisdom deck as well. And my puppy dog tarot deck. So let's see how you have changed, Leo. All right, Leo, I'm going to go right to the lesson that you haven't fully learned because it's so damn interesting. The first card that came out with that, right? So, okay, the lesson that you have not fully learned is to learn from the past. So, oh my God, I saw that. That is hilarious. That is crazy, isn't it? Okay. But so what that also came out with the moon and the fire alpha female, which is like the Queen of Wands. Actually, what's really funny is, yeah, that you're getting this. I wonder if you have any link to like a Gemini or somebody with strong Gemini energy. Because I think it was them that came out, their one tarot card in this spot, the lesson that they have not fully learned, was the King of Wands. And it kind of was like coming out, if I remember, I think it was coming out like something about this person or something that you're supposed to explore with this person that you haven't done that with yet. It's so, and right, it's, yeah, like it was coming out like there's somebody that you know and there's but more that you need to explore with this person or more that you need to know maybe about their feelings. I'm trying to remember now. It feels like so much water under the bridge since I did that reading. But because yours is even saying like something from the past, learn from the past. So this feels like someone from your past. And I'm going to say it too, because technically speaking, the King of Wands is Leo. So the Queen of Wands is not actually Leo. It is Aries. And the Knight of Wands is Sagittarius, as the energy is depicted in the tarot specifically. You know, you could say that there's parts of yourself. I'm not going to discount that because I think that's definitely here too. But there's something about a particular feminine energy. There's a specific feminine energy from your past that you are either like it's almost like I want to say this relationship is not closed off. There's something here more that you need to learn with this person or just explore. You have more lessons to go through in life with someone here. And it's someone from your past. It could be a feminine. It doesn't have to be. It could be another fire sign. It could specifically be someone who has a strong Aries placement or something to do with the first house. Could be a sun, moon, rising, Venus, you know, all those things. But it's fascinating, isn't it? Like the lesson you haven't fully learned is learning from the past. So just, yeah, something about the past that you're not even supposed to close it off yet. You're still supposed to learn from this in some way. Now, what I really like, I like this reading This is starting like to kind of pick up that strong, you know, Leo when it's in its healthy form here. You guys have been doing a ton. I feel like you and at least the energies of. So it's not just to say people in the zodiac sign have been, you know, just even in what you can utilize the 5th house for things that represents in our lives. But I really do feel like Leo and Pisces and Virgo have particularly been coming out. Sagittarius was for a little while, not quite so much now, but the energy of a lot of deep healing here, a lot of deep reflection, feeling stuck at times in that, feeling kind of in doubt. But hey, what I like here is the lesson that you have fully learned is to believe in yourself. I love it. And what's interesting is the in-between. So this can be a difficult point in time to believe in ourselves because things could be closed off from our past. Things may not be presenting themselves in our future. And we have that feeling that I just described, kind of stuck, kind of in limbo, purgatory, however you want to describe it. But it's not to doubt yourself when you find you in that energy. When you find you there, to still believe in yourself, believe that big things are possible for you. And what I really love too about this 2 of Swords with the in-between and believing yourself as a lesson learned and accomplished here is that you might even start to reflect and realize, you know, the times that I was indecision, the times that I have been indecisive about doing something or taking action or picking a side that I want to be on in life, or course of I already said that, course of action. It's like I wasn't believing in me. That's where the doubt was showing up. So it's sort of recognizing that it wasn't even doubting what was for you. It was realizing you were doubting yourself. So how could you even recognize what was for you, right? I like that. Interesting too with this 2 of Sky, this 2 of Swords, he's caught up in that tree. He's up in the tree. So it's almost like, why is the dog in the tree? It's odd, right? The only time I've ever seen a dog in a tree is a dog that, you know, it's just like sees something up the tree that it wants. I mean, it's not like a cat, because when a cat goes up the tree, a lot of times they're trying to get away from something and they just run instinctively and fearfully run up a tree, and then they end up higher than they know what to do. Now I can't get down. But both of these have that sense, because it's like the dog is up in the tree, but I don't feel like the dog is up in the tree running away from something that it feared. It's almost like running towards something that it wanted and then realizing, oh my gosh, that squirrel is gone. There's nothing to chase up the tree, or the ball that was kind of stuck in the tree has fallen down, but now I'm up at the tree, in the tree, and I don't know what to do. How did I do that? What did I do? But then believe in yourself. If you get up into the tree, if you can find yourself up in the tree, you can still get down. And I think what that also symbolizes is that, you know, sometimes we go after things that instinctively we want to go and get them, but you know, there might not be a lot of planning involved in that. So it's just instinct and reactive. And then we find ourselves in those situations, and then we think, oh, now what do I do? I don't know how to get down the tree. I should have had a ladder before I started this. And then, right? So you kind of like, maybe the ball is now down on the ground, but well, oh shit, if I jump down, I'm going to hurt myself. Am I going to hurt myself if I jump down? So it's believing in yourself. You got yourself up there, you can get yourself back down. If there was something that you were doing more instinctively, more reactively, now you can really believe in yourself. Anything that you get yourself into, you can get yourself out of. Okay, so that's why I wanted to go to the lessons right away. So there's definitely, I'm not sure either how this, learn from the past. So let's go over there. Let's go right there, shall we? Trust in divine detours, creative spark. It's interesting, isn't it? And you have a divine detour. You have the energy of that here. We have the Six of Swords and you have the High Priestess. So right there, we have sort of the universe is giving you a course change here. Why? It's to initiate creativity in you. It's to find the creativity in you. And look at this. Now I see that because the card that sits between the Six of Swords, the universe trying to get you to a better place, and the High Priestess, wow, with the eucalyptus too. It's like, I just seen that, like look like eucalyptus trees to me. And I think of eucalyptus myself. I just think of like vapors and like opening up your nasal cavities and your sinuses and like waking up your mind. So, okay, the universe gave you a shake in the past. The universe shook you here, shook you with a divine detour. So it's a detour. It may not have felt divine at the time. You know, like even thinking about eucalyptus, like things like that can be like at the moment that it's happening. Oh my God, that's horrible. But the Nine of Wands, this is the card that sits beside the universe trying to take you from this not very good place to a better place. And it could have been like the creative, oh, I want that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go. I'm going to do that. And you get yourself up in the tree. But you figured that out. We'll get there and we'll get back to that later. Because I want to keep going down this message because it's like, you see all this finger painting and everything, kind of like cave drawings on the wall. It's like the same story over and over again. And it gets tiring. Is that it? So maybe there is. Like, it's like the same story over and over again. And that gets tiring. But even though it's tiring, it's comfortable. It's what you know. And honestly, that this creative spark with this High Priestess and the eucalyptus trees, it's almost like a slap in the face. Pull, wake up here. Wake up. Okay, I'm awake now. What have you done to my life? What am I doing to my life? The two of the talk of the tree, right? What am I doing to my life? Oh. That's good. That's what we wanted you to do, Leo. That's what the universe is saying it. That's what we wanted you to do. Because it was the same story over and 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 over again. So we're going to wake you up from that. It's going to feel like a slap in the face. It's going to feel like cold water coming out of a deep, warm nap. So when I see this trust in divine detours, I want to say that I'm not even sure that there was full trust there. Look at this, even this card, this underlying card. Sometimes life stings, right? It is. It's like that slap in the face. I don't even know, like, if you had full trust in the universe at that point, right? I mean, just thinking of a child, like when you put something like something with eucalyptus or like a Vicks vapor rub or something on a kid's chest when they're sick. Or if you've got and they have a fever and you're putting like this cold, wet cloth on their face or the body's like, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good. Trust me, you're going to feel better in the morning. That's kind of like what that is. Like, I don't feel like you would trust. She's like, no, what are you doing to me? That feels very uncomfortable. It's gonna initiate creativity in you. This discomfort is going to, it's going to serve you better in the long run. Now you and Spirit are getting along. Say that's how that feels. Right? This is like a slap in the face with the tarot cards that support it. And now you've got Spirit has your back potential. Right? It's almost like you're now at the point where it's like hard medicine, bad medicine, nasty, tasty medicine is what Spirit fed you in the past here. Again, like, I find these kind of interesting. I was with a couple of other signs this week where I said, I don't feel like that this is just like, when we look at this, who you were then. it doesn't feel like it was just, you know, a tiny moment in time, or that it was, you know, just last week. I mean, this energy just feels like there's a lot here to unpack. And even though there's a lot to unpack and I'm going into it deeply, I feel like I'm still touching just the surface of it. So, you know, like there's I want to say there's a lot of water under the bridge for you between where we're being shown you then to you now, because now building up this trust, this is like now having trust in the universe. Spirit does have my back. If I didn't get that eucalyptus in my nose, the cold water splashed on my face, I would have sat in this, it's almost like a prolonged fever, you know, the way I'm just, you know, because it's wands, it's fire, it's just this repetitive nature of some sort of storyline in your life. And now it's almost like seeing the potential. Now you see, I want to say, now you see the potential in you, because the lesson that you've fully learned is believing in yourself. And what I think is so profound about that is believing in yourself in the in-between. So this is believing in yourself before there's even any tangible results to prove it. It's so easy to believe in yourself when, okay, so I just finished watching, I finished watching the Tour de France on Netflix. I found that interesting. And it's really interesting to me too, because I never really followed it that much. So I had no idea who's going to win in these races. So it kept it interesting. And now I'm watching, it's tennis, but it's not just like one, because we did, what the hell's the one in France? It's in France? No. In Europe? Oh man, I'm so bad. Anyways, right? It's so easy, like, to get the perspective of the people that are going into these competitions, and you think, oh, these people are all on top of the world. They're all intimidated by one another, like all their own the people they're competing with, the crowd, like who the crowd is cheering on. Right? Like, isn't it easy to believe in yourself when you're holding up the trophy? Everybody believes in themselves when they're holding up the trophy. This is believing in yourself before you've got the trophy. This is walking onto the court. This is getting onto the bike. And it's like, you don't have it yet. You don't have the trophy, but you believe in yourself. I think that is just like, that's the superhero, baby. That really is the superhero. Because it's so easy to believe in yourself when you're already holding the prize. I think that's the part, to me, like why I wanted to go to the lesson right away in your reading. I just even want to sit in that energy. I think it's just so, that's so cool. That's what heroes are made of. I mean, that's being the hero in your own story. And because I think the thing that's really profound about that too, is it's not, the trophy itself isn't the point that you learn to believe in yourself. So if you go in and you don't win the final match, you don't walk away with the trophy. If this is a lesson that you fully learned, you're not going to stop believing in yourself. That's the part that I think is so genius with this. It doesn't matter. If you don't win the trophy, well, it wasn't for me to win. It's like, yeah, I mean, I still know my value. I still know who I am. I really love that. The more I sit, like, you know, when I pulled these cards out, I only sit with them for a few seconds, maybe a minute at the most. And I thought, initially, oh, this is pretty cool. But now the more like I sit in this, Leo, the more profound it is kind of becoming as I unpack it with you here. So, yeah, this is where you are now. Spirit does have your back. And you're starting to see the potential in yourself. So this, I don't know, call it a wake-up call. And it hurt. There were things that maybe you had to look at in yourself. Your own sort of box that you would put yourself into with that 9 of Wands. Spirit trying to get you out of that. The universe getting you out of that. Oh, look at this too. Okay, so this underline with the Goddess deck, I haven't even showed you the tarot yet for where you are, right? Just wait. You have Opona, wise leadership, Saraswati, mastery, and Lizy, I want to say Lizy, revelation. Wise leadership, mastering wise leadership. And then that gives you a profound realization. That is wise leadership, isn't it? Like to believe in yourself before you even have any results to show for it. And again, I can't stress this enough, because if it wasn't sitting in the lesson fully learned, I would say, you just got to be careful with that, because you get the rug pulled out from under you. You can get knocked off that, podium that you're visualizing yourself on that you're not on yet. But you can't. You won't stop believing in yourself. At least that's what it's telling me. Because too, you have the mastery card. Like you have mastered this. You realize that you when you listen to the universe, because whatever happened here in the past for you, well, and maybe you did, I don't know. You could have fought it tooth and nail, refused to look at it. But I don't think you did. Because there's people that would, there's people that will, there's people that will never, allow the universe to guide them. Because there's often a chance here. You're taking a chance when you do things like this, whatever it was. No, I'll get into that later. Sorry, the underline for the tarot, I'll get into that later. So now let's look at the tarot cards that you have for now. It's interesting I said it that way. For now, because everything changes. You have the Sea Guardian, the Sea Alpha Female, and the Nine of Pentacles. So it's like the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, it's like loving yourself. I don't know. Because with the nine, the Nine of Earth. Sorry. It's been a while since I've used this tarot deck. It is the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Earth. It just feels like loving yourself, doesn't it? Looking after yourself. This, I want to say too, this is also open to whatever the universe brings to you, right? The way she's looking at this knight coming in. Being open to whatever it is that the universe brings to you. And I kind of love too, because she's also showing her intuition there with that crystal ball that's kind of like just floating in front of her on the water. Her crystal ball, your crystal ball shows you the potential of what comes towards you. Now, what's really kind of cute though, is this almost looks like the same. I know it's not exactly the same dog, but it's represented in a very similar way. Like the size of the dog, the characteristics with the floppy ears and the long white fur, a long pointy snout. I'm pretty sure they are two different dogs. That this is another breed that has, it's almost like they have dreadlocks. And in this one too, but they're both, anyways, I want to say it's the same. So let's not get caught up in explaining that, Cindy. I want to say they're the same, but then it is like whatever's coming in, because she's on the shore, which is fascinating that the Queen of Cups is actually sitting on the shore, but in a seashell. It's sort of like this, like, oh, come run with me. Come and run with me. So there's enthusiasm. There's this sense of at one point, probably not trusting in some sort of major upheaval in your life or change that felt like a slap in the face, that felt like it was your detriment at the time that it was happening. Even when you take medicine, like if you've ever had a Buckley, something like that, like, actually, I think there's something in that. There's something in that that's from a tree. Buckley's cough syrup. There's something in that that's from a tree. Because I remember there was a point where it got hard to find it. And yeah, because it was harvesting to something from a tree or a birch tree or something like that. I can't remember what it is. But it's it's like you're drinking poison. But I tell you, it's one of the few cough syrups that, because it feels like it's your chest, however it does it. But like when you take it, it's like, oh, I'm taking medicine. Taking medicine. This doesn't feel good. But now, like, there's this whole switch here where it's like you see the potential. You know that the universe has got your back. You know that the slap in the face was for your own good. And now it's like, I swear, it's like, this is just a photograph of an event. But to me, the dog is like excited. The tail is wagging. And it's like, come run with me is what that feels like. Come run with me, because she's already on the shore. Come run with me. And so what's curious is what is this? To learn something from your past. Maybe it is the slap in the face. You're not finished learning that? How did it? I'm curious who or what this is. This Queen of Wands. It could be like the feminine part of yourself here. Like really, really shining confidently. But see, that's what's so weird, because you believe in yourself. I need to clarify it. Oh, I didn't go into the underline yet. I'll get there in a minute because I don't quite understand it. It's telling me a story. Actually, well, let me just tell you the story it's starting to tell me. And you see what's... Okay. We've got the Five of Wands, the King of Air, Sky Alpha male, the Queen of Pentacles, Sky Alpha Earth, or female, Earth Alpha, Earth Alpha female, and then we have the Four of Sky, like the Four of Swords. Okay, so because you have this wise leadership, mastering that and revelations, this to me feels like wise leadership, because this is a competitive environment. All these dogs are competing against each other. It's not a fair playing field either, you know. All different sizes, all different capabilities, not being recognized, like kind of being thrown into a ring that doesn't represent their greater strengths. I just see like this little beagle, right? Like he's short, he's stout, he's got long, and actually it's a bloodhound, I think. It'll be more like a blood, I don't know anyways. But like, right, like if you think about the characteristics of that dog, long floppy ears that get in the way, but the idea is that they move like scent. And this long, like the jowls, everything is designed in that dog to pick up scent, to stay low to the ground and follow smell. But like these bigger dogs around them, they're not built like that. And if it's something that it's more athletic, this little guy is not going to do well in that. It's going to be struggling, right? And there's a dog back here that's already been knocked over. It's just like, what is going on here? Are they racing for something? But it's almost like a dog race, but all the dogs involved are like, they're not even, like this little guy shouldn't be in a race. But if you wanted to do a competition for tracking something, well, yeah, he's going to win. He or she is going to win. So, but what I find interesting is like, okay, this is coming up like a leader to me. He's like, I'm not even in that. Not even, turned his back on it, or that's not something that you can win at, right? Like that's recognizing it. Like this is not, But what's interesting is this here, how it's almost like this Sky Alpha male has turned his back on whatever this conflict is, but I feel like he's the leader in it, right? Well, he's coming up like that. Larry, we don't all need to know that you're going to the bathroom, honey. Can hear him I don't know why. Maybe it's his attempt to train me. Every time I go, you clean it right then. I don't know. God, sass that cat. But right, like look at this. I want to say this is almost like, to me, this energy of this Earth Alpha female. It's like she recognizes this is I'm going to hide in the bush here, because that's not going over there. But because to me, this is coming out like a leader. The leader wants to understand why everyone is not incorporated into the group. Like a wise leader, right? Because you have that. Mastering it. I'm not sure how this fits in your life. I'm just reading what I see here, okay? So it's like this is not a good environment. And because, again, recognizing that this dog shouldn't even be in this race. This dog is not going to feel like it has any value because it's been thrown into a situation that doesn't represent its own abilities, its own natural abilities. And so, but somebody has come out and is hiding in the woods here. And then this leader, I feel like it's you. Because you're showing up as that. But you get a slap in the face. Maybe it is a slap in the face about things going on around you. For some of you, right? Like maybe this is not just an internal thing or something about your own personal life. Maybe it is like witnessing the things going on around you and the competitive nature in that. And then seeing when somebody's been excluded or somebody feels excluded because she's just hiding in the bushes there. But it's like, again, if you look at her face, like her attention, that's just really, it's just crazy, uncanny how look at her. She's looking towards there. And then he's looking towards there. But what's interesting, oh, now I see it. Oh my God, where are my glasses? They're not here. Larry, bring me my glasses. It's gonna be, oh, bring me my glasses. Make yourself useful. Okay, this dog here that's been toppled over looks like a German Shepherd to me. It's too close. Do you see that? That looks like a German Shepherd. Because I'm trying to figure out this scene here now with the Four of Swords, which is healing, and it looks like a little medic place, like a little medical tent. The dog that's bandaged up is the German Shepherd. The German Shepherd is not significant to me in terms of, well, the story is these two. And what's funny, right, is that the one that is sitting here, almost like supervising this healing, supervising the medical tent, is still looking out. Like, yeah, they're a bunch of idiots. They just did that to themselves, but I have to manage the tent. Like, there's something about this, like this dog now has to manage this tent, this medical tent. Yeah, one of them is hurt, but this one's not there. Or there's a couple that are missing. The beagle's not there either, or the bloodhound isn't there. He's probably found a scent. Oh shit. What is going on in this? Because this dog who looks like, oh, I've been a bad boy, I've been a bad girl, I've been a bad dog, is like their head is kind of down and it's sitting by the German Shepherd who's hurt, and that looks like the one who jumped on the German Shepherd. I don't know. Wow. I don't know. Maybe this is just for one person, because this underline is a story in itself. Now that I'm really sitting here and looking at it. Because this looks like the markings on this Sky Alpha male are a little bit different than the one that's sitting here, but it's the same body. It's the same body type. It's the same kind of jowls and snout and ears. So to me, it symbolizes that leadership. Healing, being in charge of, I don't know, maybe there's something here where you were, it could be family dynamic, interfamily disagreements, or it could be family, it could be work. But it's like you show up as the leader here. And then when they're all together at the tent, you're almost looking for, well, who is this one? That's what I'm curious about two things. Who is this dog? Who is this one? And this one? Because I want to say, I feel like it's the tarot's way of showing me these are one and the same. Because they're both coming up as an alpha female. My tummy just growled when I said that. So it was there's the confirmation. But, using one tarot deck is not going to be able to show me that it's the same one, right? Because there's only one of each of these. and like looking out and still looking out, looking out, looking out. And it's learned from the past, because there's a past here that hasn't been resolved. There has to be. I don't know. There has to be. So that's what it's going to do, right? Okay, so let's look at this. Learn from the past. Well, you haven't fully learning from the past. So maybe there's something there, like in that. Like I'm talking about stuff from your past to learn from that. The first thing I'm getting is that, okay, if there's somebody in your life that you're supposed to connect with more deeply here, you never went to them. Let me say that. Because he's sitting on the rock looking. And then he's sitting at the station looking. Or they're all sitting and looking. Maybe there's something about that too, like meeting people halfway. I don't know. The sky, the fire alpha female. It's interesting too. One card came out. I don't know what it is yet because face down. They both have these two. Like this is you and this, this continuous day in and day out energy. But this one has different drawings and paintings on the wall. Again, right? It's almost like it's someone that's part of your path. Because I don't know what it is. I think I know why these drawings, like it just feels like repetitive and exhausting and maybe even self-detrimental. Like it's just like there's all these, it's in red and there's like these lines around it to kind of emphasize like anger, excitement, like whoa. And there's something coming at the dogs. Like they're barking and running and it's just exhausting. Oh, it's like this. It's like this. The barking and running, it's exhaustive and competitive and conflictive. And maybe there are quarrels and fights. I don't know. But this one is different. I don't know what these paintings represent. I know some of you are not going to like this reading, but you've got one of those readings where there's a lot of messages that are hidden in the artwork here. And it is like sometimes I feel like I could do like a 5-hour reading for stuff like this, but I don't have the energy to do it or the time, to be honest, as a single mom. So I just can't. Okay, you got the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles with the Queen of Fire. Oh. Okay, this person is still in the learning stages of something. This person is still in the learning stages of something. What you haven't fully learned is what you are going to be teaching someone else. This is someone from your past. And you have things to teach them. And you haven't learned that yet. Like you haven't learned the things that you are meant to teach this person. Who it is, I don't know. Everybody's different. So learn from the past. Well, let's look at that. Temperance and the Five of Cups. Oh, well, that's interesting. Because I said something about, well, it's like you're not moving. You're always sitting with, well, I don't know, too. And it's almost like even this underlying tarot, the tarot, could even like be representing, all the responsibilities that you've had in life and that you can't or you haven't been able to pull yourself away from those things to go after the things that really need looking after or the things that you really want to look after in your life. Or maybe this is even too, like this could even be a child. Like it could be your own inner child for some of you. and it has things to still teach you that you're going to learn from. But others, yeah, I don't know. But see, this Temperance and the Five of Cups, it's almost like waiting leads to disappointment. So the Moon, oh boy, what is this? Oh my gosh. Oh, look, the Three of Swords, the King of Swords, the Five of Swords. So now this is starting to come together, because this is the King of Swords, is this leadership dog over here. And right, like, and we're so, okay, so waiting, because you're not moving. And that's, okay, right? So the Moon here, the hidden secrets of what you've not fully learned is that perhaps some form of leadership in the past, either in terms of, well, I want to say, however this leadership is represented, if that is you with other people, or it is you in your own life, okay? That when you sacrifice yourself enough times, long enough, you sacrifice, well, yourself, or the things that you really want to invest in, or the people that you really want to invest time with, to other things, to think, like, it just seems almost like the way this dog is sitting there too, supervising it, is like, I've been here before. Like, it's not even watching. It's just always looking out. But to cut that out, so this, the secret here is to cut that out, is to cut out the very clinical way of perhaps looking at things. Oh, okay, there's more here. the Moon, oh, Justice, the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Ah, oh no, I think we're almost grasping this lesson here. Because now, right, so the Moon is representing to us these unknown mysteries and fears that are produced because of heartache, and this King of Swords is represented by responsibility, being tied down to responsibilities and not going after what it is that you really want. And so cutting that out, so right, there's the Justice in that. And now, right now, this is building like nicely with people. The Three of Pentacles, you can cooperate in this environment. This is a cooperative environment. It's inspiring, it's loving, it's nurturing. I want to say it just feels really good. That's a very interesting lesson here. Okay, so believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You've mastered this. You're throwing away the tiny acorns. Sitting on the big one, baby. But you're the in-between. The Chariot. Oh, the Devil. And the Knight of Pentacles. This is like about to step out into the court. The tennis match. You know, the final game. Are you going to win? Wimbledon, that's what it's called. You're going to win Wimbledon. Wimbledon was the first one. And then it's the, what the hell is it called? The Masters. That's golf, isn't it? Then there's the tennis thing in the US. Grand Slam? Is that it? No, I don't know. The direction here is towards the Devil. And then you take it slow and steady. Take it slow and steady. So what I want to say is believing in yourself that you can surmount, you know, anything that feels like it stands in your way. Anything that might try to manipulate you. Because the in-between, it can be a place where you're almost like an empty sponge, I feel like, you know. Like you've been wrung out You've wrung all the water out, which is the past for you, but you haven't absorbed your future energy yet. So you're kind of like an empty sponge, which is being a little bit susceptible to, you know, new things. But, you know, are these new things what your soul really wants to journey on? Is meant to. There could be unhealthy influences coming into that receptive sponge. So the Knight of Pentacles is like slow and steady. I have a long-term plan here. So this is almost too like believing more and more in your long-term plan, or really believing in your long-term plan, because you've mastered it. You've fully learned it. The in-between. The Page of Swords. Well, now you're seeing something. What do you see in the in-between? What do you see? Anything else with this Page of Swords? What are you observing and learning? The Page of Wands and the Four. Oh, the path. So the new path. So you're starting to see your new path. You're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And there's the Four of Wands, like celebration. Finally. The Two of Sky, the Two of Swords. Isn't that interesting how those cards caught like that? It's the King of Cups, the Strength card. It's holding yourself back. The Two of Swords and the Six of Swords. So, you know when, okay, you trust the universe here. You really trust the universe. I want to say at first you didn't at whatever point your journey started. You're sitting in a very good energy right now, Leo. A really good energy. There's something from your past here, but I feel like it's almost, that's the part maybe. I don't know, you see something here. So maybe you see how you're going to correct things that didn't work out for you in the past. What was this divine detour for you? Oh, the new plan. Seven of Pentacles. Life is not working out. You need to... The plan you had is not working. Seven of Pentacles in the Tower. All right. Yep, that was that. Spirit has your back now. Spirit has your back now. The Three of Cups. Oh, the King of Wands. Oh, and the Empress. Dang. That is really good. That is really, really good. This is great energy. It's wonderful. It's just happy celebrations. Man, Leo, I love sitting in this energy. This is great. All right. What do we have here? I don't know. I'm going to clear it. The Four of Cups. Oh, maybe we should. Let's not end on that note. The Four of Cups. I'm gonna go do the extended in a minute. So in case you don't want to sit for this little part, although I can't see why you wouldn't if you're still here at this point. But in the extended, we're going to look at you in transformation and then future you. Okay, we're going to do that in the extended. But the link to that is down in the description. So I'm out of curiosity. I want to explore this further. This almost feels like another reading to me. Or, you know, it's very specific for someone. So this Five of Wands. Oh, no, I was just told to pick up another clarifying deck. Oh, Eight of Pentacles as I stopped there. So this could have been like a work environment. We need a full tarot deck to clarify. The Five of Wands, the Five of Fire, this very competitive, wrong dogs in the wrong place. Oh shit, Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. This is like, how would I describe this? People being dominated? There's two ways that this comes through. This is like people being dominated, trying to get little scraps of whatever they can. It is fighting for scraps. It is fighting for scraps. And I feel like, though, fighting for, like, I'm just seeing this Ace of Wands. It's very phallic. So it's just like this. There's a lot of, I don't know why. I'm just hearing, like, hormones, a lot of hormonal energy, you know, I'm even getting like toxic masculine energy. And I don't mean like this, just an environment with a lot of toxic men. I feel like it's just like masculine energy being used in an unhealthy way. So the king, okay. It's a female. I really need my glasses. I totally remember my glasses. I'm like, oh, it's the Sky Alpha female. But whatever it is, it's still this leader, the Sky Alpha female. Okay, Sky Alpha female, female male, whatever. Maybe it's just a very transgender dog. Okay. Oh, the Ace of Swords. It is. It's one or the other. Yes, this is the clarity. This is seeing clearly. Seeing clearly. This dog sees something clearly right over here. But it's turned its back. Okay, it's turned its back on this. So it saw that clearly, and it sees in the future clearly, which is what I feel like you are. The Earth Alpha female. Oh, see, this one's not. Look at this. See, the Eight of Swords. So it's just like this dog is hiding in the woods. It doesn't feel like it's part of that pack. So this could be somebody who is kind of, I want to say, on the outskirts of your life. That's how this feels. Like with this Fire Alpha female and this Earth Alpha female. I think they're somehow one and the same, which is funny too, right? Like it's almost like to get another Earth card, a Pentacle card, to even say that. You're starting to see your future very clearly with someone else. Or you will, but I feel like it is before this person even sees you, because they can't see with the Eight of Swords. The Four of Sky. The Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Wands. It just has this feeling of like protecting the healing tent until like a cycle changes here, protecting the healing tent until a cycle changes. And then you have the Lovers and the Knight of Wands. This is like very excited, hitting my divine destiny and choices energy. All right, now I'm all done. Just wanted to look at that. Okay, as I said, I'm going to go do the extended. I'm going to look at you in transformation, and then you in the future. Until next time, Leo, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.